our best, come together, and try not to get upset.
Wow, you didn't get upset. Actually, I want you to talk me through one of these team fights you had in the game. Around 28 minutes, we actually had it on the rollout right before we went to commercial. If we can pull up the clip right now. Just tell me what you personally were thinking in the midst of this team fight, if we can get right into it right away.
All right, so we just silver ulted because we accidentally attacked Baron.
All right.
And we did that a lot. And I was just like, I'm attacking the closest target. I'm trying to look for Cop, and he's all the way on the bottom side, and I just failed my ult there miserably, like I've been doing all game. And I don't even know what's happening, honestly. I just tunnel visioned this entire fight. My teammates could probably tell you better. But after that, we were like, all right, we don't need to chase Mundo. We can just do Baron. And I'm like, wow, we killed 3 of them. I didn't even notice. So I probably need to work on my tunnel vision a lot. It's been pretty bad lately. And other than that, like, we just won from there.
So how's the in the new season? How's the top lane sort of champion pool working for you? I know you were a big Jace player in the last season. He seems to have kind of gone away. How you just feeling about top lane right now?
Specifically for this patch, it's all been about Siobhan and Mundo, and maybe some other picks such as Yasuo top or maybe Nasus top against certain tops that can't abuse. Like, let's say if you're Renekton and you make one mistake, then that Nasus is going to destroy that Renekton. Of course, that doesn't apply to everything. But other than that, top lane is mostly split pushing and like applying pressure. So for the Shyvana Mundo matchup against Quas, my job is to out CS him. My job is to out pressure him and make sure, like, you know, I just do more in team fights until the point where he becomes unkillable late game. And if you mess up as Shyvana, it's like there's Mundo, who's like god late game, and then there's Shyvana, who's even also god late game, but not as god late game as Mundo. And then there's like Renekton, who's like not really late game, but can beat both of those. And then after that, it's like everyone else.
Yeah. How does Nasus fit into that trinity? Because he's kind of like right on the cusp, I feel like.
You put him wherever you want. You just have to have a team that works well with him and a player that knows how to play him well. And like, let's say if they have double AD and you build Frozen Heart, you're just going to be pretty unkillable. Nasus against Mundo, Nasus can free farm.
We saw that in a game.
Yeah, Nasus can free farm against Mundo. Nasus can free farm against Shyvana. Nasus can't free farm as well against Renekton, depending on if it's a 2 versus 1 swap where one of the laners get screwed over, or you know, it just depends on who you're against. And usually Nasus has a pretty easy time because he'll have 6% lifesteal and he'll be able to last hit easy with TP. He just won't have any pressure early game.
Okay, so actually a follow-up on that with the top lane pool, though. We've seen, so actually Crepo said in your chair right there yesterday that Inok's been playing a lot of squishy top laners, guys like Yasuo, and carrying games with that. We saw Quas with top lane Karthus the other day. Have you seen any of these off-meta picks? How have they been working out in your eyes?
For the Yasuo, I've actually, out of like 15 games I played against Zion Spartan, I lost every single one of them in scrimmages. So I was expecting him to pull that out, and he's really good at that. Yasuo is, if he can just farm and get really strong, he can do lots and lots of unexpected damage. Like, his ultimate has tons of armor penetration. He'll outlane you if you don't have Ignite. He just has unexpected like damage. Like, he's just a new champion you're not used to, and you're used to just hitting the other top liner for like 5 hours instead of him being like hitting you for like 2 hours, you know.
And then you die.
Yeah, and then I die.
Yeah.
And we actually have Coast coming up in our final matchup of the day. You were actually surprised that Coast had such a slow start to the LCS. How do you think they're going to do now in their final game of the week?
I feel like they're just easing in right now because I expected them to go like 4-0, 3-1, but I was quite surprised. Not other people who expected them to do bad, but I feel like if they just shake off their land jitters, then they'll do very, very well against XCG.
All right, Dyrus, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on your 3-1. Tied for first place finish so far in the first week.
Yay.
And, of course, we'll see you guys throughout the rest of the spring split. Thank you very much. Now, guys, we're going to send it back across the studio to Riv and Kobe at the caster's desk for the next game.